Hello, good evening everyone. Myself Suman Verma and today we will be discussing some important short questions from zoology. Okay? Yeah. So let us start. Let us start our class now. So our first chapter, what we are going to discuss is body fluid and circulation. Okay? Body fluid and circulation. So what type of questions they are going to ask in this chapter and how you can answer them, we are going to study. First question is, what is the difference between open and closed system of circulation? So what do you mean by open circulation and what do you mean by closed circulation? Okay, so open circulation is nothing but in this type of circulation, blood flows from vessel into open space, okay, into open space. So blood will flow from vessels to open space in the body, okay. Now which is called as sinuses, okay. Now what do you mean by closed? In closed, what happened? blood will flows blood will flows only in blood vessels, flows only in blood vessels, okay. So this is the difference between open circulation and closed circulation, okay. Now let's move forward. Our next question is what is the significance of AV node and AV bundle in the function of heart? Okay, so what is the significance of AV node and AV bundle? Okay, so our answer is AV node is a relay point. It conducts the action potential from SA node to the ventricle muscle through AV bundle. So I can say that AV nodes will stimulate conduction for the muzzle, for the muzzle of where? In the muzzle of AV bundle. Okay, so this can be the answer. Okay, now next. Our next question. Our next question is explain the explain the mechanism of clotting of blood. Okay, clotting of blood. So how blood clotting takes place? Okay, so blood clotting generally takes place. Blood clotting takes place. First step is formation of prothrombin activator by two pathways. Okay, so first that will take place. Okay. Yeah. So I can say that here I will write you prothrombin. It will stimulate what? It will activate the thrombin. Okay, it will activate the thrombin. Okay, like this the activation will takes place. Okay, next. Okay, our next question. Um, we are going to learn some small questions from this chapter. Okay, not the bigger questions. Okay, next. What is the difference between arteries and veins? This is very common and very important questions for from this chapter. Arteries and veins. Okay, veins. What is the difference between arteries and veins? First point, arteries always carry oxygenated blood. Okay, oxygenated blood, whereas veins will carry deoxygenated blood. Okay, deoxygenated blood. Okay, now arteries have thick walled, thick wall. They are made up of thick wall, and these are made up of thin wall. These are made up of thin wall. Okay, next. Next. Yeah, blood flow here. Blood will flow with more pressure. Okay, more pressure. Blood pressure is high in arteries, whereas in veins blood pressures are low. Okay, blood flow, I can say, not blood pressure, blood flow. Blood flow pressure is low here. Okay. Now, mm, let's move forward. And in this concept, heart diagram is very important. Okay. Keep in your mind that you have to learn about heart diagram. Okay. You have to learn about heart diagram. Understood? Yes. Next. Next, let us move forward to the next chapter. So our next chapter is excretory products and their elimination. Okay, excretory products and their elimination. Now, so our first question from that chapter is, um, describe glomerular filtration. So what do you mean by glomerular filtration? So it in it is the filtration of blood from the glomerulus in Bowman's capsule. Okay, so the filtration in glomerulus, which is present in Bowman's capsule. This is called as glomerular filtration. Okay. Next, what is the difference between enzyme renin and renin? That means I can say like this. Now you will say, ma'am, both the spellings are same. So what's the difference? So difference is this. The enzyme renin spelling is RENIN, whereas the other renin spelling is RENNIL. So renin and renin. So now, what is the function of this renin? Okay, it produce J JG cells. Okay, JG cells. It is very important for RAS process. Okay, whereas this renin, it is found in gastric juice. It is found in gastric juice in infants. In infants. Okay, this renin is very useful for the digestion of milk, which is taken by infants. Okay, next. Our next question is, what is osmoregulation? Okay, what do you mean by osmoregulation? So maintenance of water and solutes balance. Okay, maintenance of water and solute balance is called as osmoregulation in our body. Okay, that is called as osmoregulation in our body. Okay, yes. Next question. What is the role of arterial natriuretic peptide in the regulation of urine formation? So, what is the role of this arterial natriuretic peptide? That the it decreases the blood pressure in the body and inhibits RAS. It will inhibits the RAS process. Okay, these are the two important role by this. Okay, next. Yes, our next question. Let's move forward. So our next question is, um yeah, in this no you very important diagrams I can say, kidneys diagram, which is very important, and even nephrons diagram. Okay, these two diagrams are very important from this concept. You can get the diagrammatical questions, direct questions from these two topics. Okay, I am discussing small answers so that it will be very useful for you to write in the bulletin points. Okay, next. Structure of nephron is also very important. Keep in that. Keep that point. Okay, next. Next question. Let's move forward. Let's move to our next question from our next topic. That is Neural control and coordination. Neural control and coordination. Neural control and coordination. Neural, neural control and coordination. Let us talk about this next. Yes. Okay. Our first question. Name the cranial meninges of brain of man. Okay. So you mean they are asking you the layers of cranials. So you have to tell. So the outer layer is called as durum matter. Okay. The middle layer is called as arachnoid. Next, the inside layer, the inner layer is called as pia mater. Okay, pia mater. Okay, the layers. Understood? Now, what do you mean by corpus callosum? Okay, you can also call it callosum. So, what do you mean by corpus callosum? It is a transfer bundle of myelinated fibers connecting the two cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so the two hemisphere which is getting connected by a bundle of fibers that is called as corpus callosum. Okay, next, our next question. Let's move forward to our next question. um yeah, okay, what are the functions of cones? So photophic vision and color vision is completely depend on our cones. We have rods and we have cones, right? So what is the role of rods role is to dim light the vision. Okay, dim light the vision. It's not like whatever the light is coming directly it is going to enter in our eyes. No, it will dim light the vision. Okay, now what do you mean by blind spot? The spot where we don't have any rods and cones, that spot is called as blind spots. Okay, and what do you mean by yellow spots? So in yellow spot we only have cones. If there are no rods and only cones, that spot is called as yellow spot. Okay, next. Next, let's move forward. Our next question. Yes. Our next question is, yeah. From this, no, diagrams are very important. Okay. Next, what is an organ of Corti? So, what is an organ of Corti? Just a minute. Hmm. Okay. So, what do you mean by organ of Corti? It is a group of hair cell. It's the, yeah, sorry, yeah. It's the group of hair cells on the basilar membrane. Okay, on the basilar membrane. Okay, group of hair cells on the basilar membrane. So these are called as organ of Corti. Okay, which are which what is the function of this what are the function of this Corti? So the function of this Corti is nothing but they are receptors of audio. Okay, the audio receptors. These hair like structure, these are audio receptors. Okay, next. Mainly our majorly our brains are divided into how many parts? Three parts. Okay, always keep that in your mind. Our brains are generally divided into three parts. What are those? Forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Okay, that should be very clear. Okay, next. Next, our next question. What is next chapter? Endocrine system. Endocrine system. Okay, endocrine system is our next topic. So, our first question is, what is acromegaly and name the hormone responsible for it? So, it is a gorilla-like appearance with a large jaw, hands and nose, etc. Okay, whenever what's a any person who is infected with this, they have their jaws and everything will be like a gorilla. I mean, it will be very what we say, fat. Okay, very fat, and you can it will be appearing very differently. Okay, and generally it is caused because of growth hormone, excessive release of growth hormone. If growth hormone is released more, what type of disease can be caused? Acromegaly. Okay, this is the disease. Next, name the gland that increase in the size during childhood and decrease the size during the adulthood. What important role does it play in this, in the infection? So it is very clear. Our thyroid gland, it will be in its peak size during our childhood, but as we are becoming older and adults, the size of this thyroid gland decreases. Okay, it will get decreases, and it promotes immunity. Okay, which type of immunity? Cell mediate immunity. Cell mediate immunity. Okay, cell mediate immunities can be given by what? Thyroid gland. Okay, next. Okay, let's move forward to our next question. Hmm. What is insulin shock? What do you mean by insulin shock? So insulin shock are nothing but it is due to excessive secretion of insulin which decreases blood glucose level. So due to excess secretion of insulin, what happened? It will decreases the blood sugar. So this is called as insulin shock. Okay, insulin shock. Okay, next question. Which hormone is commonly called fight and flight hormone? Fight and flight. Okay, it's flight and fight. It's called flight and fight hormone. Okay, so which is called as the, so hormones of adrenal medulla are the emergency hormone. Adrenaline. Okay, so adrenaline is the hormone which is also called as fight and flight hormone. Whenever you are very angry, whenever you are very excited, adrenaline will be released in your body. Okay, now what are erythropoietin? What is its function? So the hormone produced by the kidney. This erythropoietin is nothing but these are the hormones which are secreted by the kidneys. Okay, which are secreted by the kidneys. Okay, and what is the role of this? It will stimulate the production of RBC. Production of RBC. Stimulates the production of RBC. Okay, next. Next, let's move to our next question. Okay. What are the hormones which are produced by adenohypophysis? So, what type of hormones are produced by the adenohypophysis? First thing, growth hormone. Growth hormone will be produced. Next, second, prolactin. Okay, next, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Next, FSH also, follicle stimulating hormone, and LH also, luteinizing hormone as well. Okay, so hormones names are very important in this. Okay, next, let's move forward to our next question. Uh, so next, neohypophysis secretes which type of hormones? Oxytocin and ADH. Okay, so different parts have different function to release different hormones. Okay, next. Let's move to our next question. What do you mean by releasing hormone? Okay, so releasing hormones examples are growth hormone. Okay, growth hormone is actually a releasing hormone. Okay, next, what do you mean by inhibiting hormone? So inhibiting hormone example, yeah, inhibiting hormone, or you can also say releasing hormone. These both ka common example is actually growth hormone. Okay, growth hormone. Okay, next. Okay, what do you mean by Addison's disease? What do you mean by Addison's disease? What do you mean by Addison's disease? This is caused because of hyposecretion of glucocorticoids. Okay, glucocorticoids. So, what are the symptoms of this Addison disease? First thing, loss of weight, muscle weakness, darkening of the skin. These are the symptoms of Addison disease. Okay, what do you mean by Cushing disease? Cushing. Cushing disease. Cushing. Okay, Cushing disease. What do you mean by Cushing syndrome? So it is caused because of hypersecretion of glucocorticoids. Okay, so what is the symptom? Just opposite to Addison disease. Gaining too much weight, spindly arms and legs, and round moon face. Okay, so these and buffalo's hump, like hump. These type of symptoms are caused in Cushing syndrome. Okay, so these are the some important questions from these chapters. Okay, now next, let's move forward. Yeah, immune system. Let us talk about immune system. Okay, immune system. Immune system. So here, yeah. So here the first question that can be asked is, what are complement proteins? So what do you mean by complement proteins? So complement proteins are the group of inactive proteins. So these are inactive proteins. Okay, when activated they form membrane attack complex. Okay, so when this inactivated protein that are nothing but complement proteins get activated, they will be attacking they will be forming the membrane attack complex. Okay, they will be forming the membrane attack complex. Next, here, what are the various barriers of innate immunity? What are the various barriers? So first let us talk about innate immunity is the uh, resistant to disease by birth. So what do you mean by innate immunity? Innate immunity are nothing but the diseases which we are resistant since our childhood. Okay, since our birth. Okay, so first physical barriers. Physical barriers, for example, we can take our skin and mucus. Okay, skin and mucus. Next, physiological barrier is HCl in stomach. Yes, obviously. Since birth we have a HCl chemical in our stomach. It's not like after becoming older we are consuming HCl and all. No, it's not like that. Okay. Next comes cellular barriers. Cellular barriers, you can say phagocytic cells. So, phagocytic cells ka example you can take as monocytes, neutrophils, and natural killer cells. Okay. So these are types of innate immunity, which innate immunity. Okay. So these are some of the questions. Okay. I hope it will be helpful for you. And again, I'll repeat the same thing. Don't write stories. Please write to the point answers. Okay. That will be very helpful for you all. Okay. So by this, we will end the session and I will see you guys in the next class. Okay. Have a great day.